If your TBR has room for just one more book this summer, maybe make it 8, because July is coming in with some hot pirates, pandemics, dark romantasy, and a new book by Ruth Ware. So let's talk about the July 2025 book releases that you will not want to miss. Hey everyone, I'm Francesca. Welcome to Under the Covers, and today I am sharing 8 books that are releasing in July of 2025 that I think should be on your TBR. I'm kicking things off with The Woman in Suite 11 by Ruth Ware. Now this is a thriller, and Ruth Ware, classic if you like Agatha Christie, must-read author. She has taken us back into the world of Lo Blacklock, and I'm not gonna lie, I squealed when this book was announced, especially because I really enjoy The Woman in Cabin 10. So if you've read that book, you know that Lo has a talent for being in the wrong place at the most dangerous time. Now she's at a luxury hotel in Switzerland for a press event, and she's trying to jumpstart her career. And then there's one late night call from a billionaire host. Of course, what could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, everything goes wrong. This is a full-on race across Europe with strangers, secrets, and someone who may not be who they claim to be. And yes, I am also counting down the days until the Netflix adaptation of The Woman in Cabin 10 releases this fall. If you didn't know about it, make sure you mark your calendars for that. And if you haven't read that book yet, I will leave a link to my review for The Woman in Cabin 10 in the description box down below. Now, moving things in a spicy romance direction, the next one is Overruled by Lana Ferguson. This is a recommendation from us here at Under the Covers, and this book is just pure enemies with benefits deliciousness. It is a standalone as well, so it's one and done. Now in this one we have our heroine Danica. She is a stone-cold career-obsessed divorce lawyer who's got her eye on making partner. Now the only issue is that she's sleeping with her biggest courtroom rival. The hero, Ezra, is confident, charming, and a golden retriever in a suit, and he's definitely catching way too many feelings. Now they're battling it out on the biggest case of their careers while also trying and failing to keep things casual between each other. If you love The Game Changer, then this one will turn up the heat even higher, and we even have a full review and deep dive on the blog, so you can check that out as well. I will leave it linked as well in the description box. Book number 3 is another contemporary romance and is Scotch on the Rocks by Elliot Fletcher. Now this is book 2 in the McCabe brothers, and don't worry if you haven't read the series because you can start right here. I know I did, and I was absolutely not lost. So it really works well as a standalone. It's another recommendation from us here at Under the Covers. Now if you love a messy small town romance, this one definitely delivers. We have our heroine June, who has 3 rules when it comes to the McCabe brothers. Don't look, don't talk, and definitely don't fall for one. Which would be easier, of course, if one of them wasn't her ex-fiance, one of them wasn't in love with her bestie, and another one is literally everywhere that she turns looking like absolute sin. Now this was, again, like I said, my first Elliot Fletcher. I was immediately hooked. There's banter, there's the history between them, which, as you can imagine from what I just said, she is his brother's ex, so lots of forbidden tension and push and pull between them. Also very satisfying slow burn, and it toes the line a little bit between forbidden romance and like they were fated to be together. Now for something more romantasy, my pick is Soulgazer by Maggie Rapier, and hopefully I'm not butchering the author's last name, but this one I cannot wait to dive in. It sounds absolutely lush. Now our heroine, Saoirse, I think is how you say it, is cursed with explosive magic that she cannot control. Now her parents' solution is to marry her off to the cruel Stone King. So she does what any of us would do in that situation, and she runs away and strikes the deal with a pirate. Not just any pirate though, the Wolf of the Wild. Fowlin is silver-tongued, morally gray, and possibly the last person that she should be trusting. Now they team up to find a lost mythical isle that could save her or destroy everything. Bonus, of course, she demands that he marry her first to keep things just safe. So definitely this one sounds amazing. If you love pirate romances, then you'll want to add this one to your TBR. It sounds like such a unique romantasy as well. So if you're tired of the same old, then this is the book for you this month. Now next is a historical romance, and this one is This Much Is True by Vivienne Lorret. I love Vivienne Lorret. Anything she writes is going on my TBR. Now this one is a secret identity romance. Thea is a playwright who spices up her boring life by writing stories about a fictional highwayman, except he's actually real. And he's not thrilled that she's blowing up his cover. So Jasper is this awkward Viscount by day, and he's a thief by night. And he needs to shut all of this mess down immediately. But sparks fly when they meet, and soon neither one of them is playing the part that they thought they would. This one is witty, romantic, and full of secrets and tension. And if you haven't read Vivienne Lorret, you'll want to add her to your list. The next one is a paranormal romance, and it's by one of my classic must-buy authors, and it's Atonement Sky by Nalini Singh. This is part of the Side Changeling Trinity series, which you generally do need to read in order for the most part, but I will still just say that if Nalini Singh is releasing a book, it's auto-buy, auto-read, no exceptions. This one is emotional, it's sharp, it's packed with everything that I love about the Side Changeling world. We have Larry, who is a J-Side on borrowed time, and Adam, he is a Falcon Changeling who's never forgiven her for what happened a decade ago. Now there's a serial killer that's threatening the pack, and these two are forced to work together while their old wounds and new sparks are starting to flare. Now technically you don't have to be caught up on this whole series to dive into it, but I think for longtime fans, you're really going to eat this one up, and you're going to enjoy it more if you know where the series is coming from. Next is another romantasy, and it's Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair. This is perfect for the dark romantasy fans. It's dripping with forbidden magic and all the slow burn tension, and it's about Lilith, who is out here just trying to survive in a dystopian and ultra-religious society by stealing magical artifacts. I personally love anything that has to do with magical artifacts, but somehow she's ended up in possession of a cursed blade, and even worse, she's in close quarters with Sahariev, the powerful ruler of her district, and the one man who might actually care about her. Now this is an enemies to lovers. It's got plenty of angst, deadly secrets, and a vibe that gives like dark mafia fantasy with a biblical myth, which to me that sounds like a recipe for just being absolutely obsessed. And rounding things out, we have Wildflowers by Kylie Scott. Now this one is a post-apocalyptic romance, and it sounds like it might just be a tearjerker as well. So we have Dean, who is the quiet, broody neighbor who's been watching Astrid from across the street for years, and when the world starts collapsing around them from a deadly virus, he does what any normal person would do. He kidnaps her and locks her in his basement. Totally fine, right? But as the outside world is burning around them, these two are forced to survive together, and they go from this very weird situation to ride or die very fast. I think it sounds equal parts terrifying and tender, and I cannot wait to read it. Now let me know which one of these you want to grab first, or if you're like me and you're gonna say yes to all of them as well, let me know. Also let me know what are your most anticipated books that are releasing in July of 2025. Leave all of those in the comments down below. I'm going to leave also some links in the description box where you can check out what are our most anticipated books that are releasing in July of 2025. I have 3 lists for you to check out. One is mysteries and thrillers, which is available on our Mysterylandia site. And I also have a list that's exclusively Kindle Unlimited titles. So you can check all of that in the description box down below. All of those are on the blog. And also don't forget that if you want even more book releases, we have our book vault available, which is our database and calendar for all of the releases and even all the books that we include on the blog, tagged by different genres, categories, tropes, character types, and all the things, as well as when they're releasing. So you can have access to that if you're a premium member over on our Substack, and I will leave all the details for that in the description box down below as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any content from us, and also subscribe for free to our Substack so you don't miss any content that we post across all of our platforms. But in the meantime, if you want even more book releases that we think should be on your radar and you missed last month's releases, go ahead and check out our June most anticipated releases and let me know if you've already read some of them and what you thought of them. But for now, that's all I have for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!